Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. We've got a new unboxing, one of Mezco's latest releases. This is the 112 Collective Spider-Man homemade suit figure. It's a Mezco exclusive, rather difficult to get a hold of. So this is kind of the first suit that Spider-Man wears in the film Spider-Man Homecoming. There's a more, well, we'd expect Spidey Spider-Man suit that will be coming out down the line, but for now we've got this to show off, and it should be kind of cool to check out. This figure looks really, really neat. As what has happened with a lot of the Mezco exclusives, they tend to be kind of hit and miss as far as what we get with them. So this one seems to be a pretty basic figure, is what we're going to expect. Let's go and see what we have. Always looking at the base first. It's interesting, this one's taped. Don't usually have that as a thing. Alright. When it comes to the base, kind of a cool base. Different Spider-Man symbol. Not exactly what I would expect. I was expecting more of a traditional Spider-Man logo. But that's what we got, which is cool. And we get the various items to pose the figure. Nothing unusual hidden there. Well, let's look at the figure really quick. We've got a couple of the various lines that you can shoot. We've seen these before. I don't think these are really any different than have come with other Spider-Man figures. We have an alternative head, a bunch of hands, and of course the body itself, the figure itself. So let's open up and show off what we get. The Spidey webs, and they look like what has come out before. It doesn't look like anything's particularly special as far as that, which is fine. You know, not everything has to be unique and crazy. And you know, if it works, go with it. All right, so far the figure's looking pretty solid. Let's do a quick height test. We got a Batman figure right here. I'd expect this one to be a little bit shorter, and it is not tons of a difference, but it's a little bit. I mean, it's kind of a little bit higher than Batman's shoulders. So maybe a little bit taller than he should be, but overall not bad, and it'd be interesting to kind of compare to some of the other figures from that appeared in the film, like Iron Man and stuff like that. Alright, let's do our usual bend test. I'd like to start off with that. Foot. Bend, no problem. It's a nice solid joint. Sometimes we have some issues with it. There is no bend here on the leg. It seems to be a solid piece. Yeah, I'm not feeling anything. Knee, normal bend that we'd expect. Nothing unusual. Hip, full movement that we would expect. See if he's got the waist bend. He's got the waist bend, or the kind of, yeah, I guess I'll call it the waist bend. I mean, even bent over, figure stands on his own. So there's some bend more so than other figures have. Let's go with the wrist. Exactly what kind of we expect. As I said, with elbow, it's fine. Shoulder, a little stiff, but otherwise totally fine. We'd expect that. And then the head, down, up, side to side. The figure, let's go with details. We got some treading on underneath. Kind of look like boots, which is totally cool. The thing that stands out is the shoes look like shoes. These look like, you know, sneakers, red sneakers that someone would wear. Of course, we have the socks that go up, and I don't know what you want to call the onesie, blue, kind of looks like the outfit, and then a hoodie that works really well of course, over his head. We can bring the hoodie up, which is nice. I actually like the fact that the hoodie is on. It's not something you have to put on. Really basic. They get the pockets kind of shown, but they don't look usable. Totally fine. So the final details are really kind of the eyes, the helm, the kind of goggles that are built in. Really nice. They do stick out from the head a little bit. There is some depth there, which is good. A little bit of color. There's ridges around the edge that make it kind of look like, I don't know what he built them out of. Whatever he built them out of. There's like small ridges around the edge, which is solid. And the material is like slightly reflective. Not tons, but like a little bit. The white kind of shines with the light, which is kind of cool. I think maybe the one thing I wish was done a little bit different. I like the detail on the neck. I don't know how easy it is to see, but the material is kind of bunched up underneath. The face mask is really smooth, which is fine. I just kind of wish maybe it was fabric instead of the plastic. I know that's a little bit difficult. The plastic's okay. It's just something doesn't quite... They kind of got a leathery look to it, and there's like small little details like this bump on the back of it. But it being plastic, I don't know, something's like a little bit off. I don't know what I would do differently, though. So I can't knock it too much since I really don't have another suggestion. The web shooters are really where it's at. They look really solid. Of course, under the wrist, you got the little mechanism to shoot at the underneath where his hands are, and then everything around the edge to shoot out as well. Really nice, solid detail. I like the webbing on the glove. Overall, the glove, the wrist, the web shooters, they look good. Really solid. And then, of course, we got the Spider-Man symbol on the chest. Let's go with the other head. And the head's going to be kind of think what makes this or doesn't. Because the question is, does it look like Tom Holland? And the answer is, yes, I think it does. Wow, it's a really deep head. Okay, I see what they did. Kind of a cool thing. So now it looks like his head, like his full, he doesn't have any of the mask on, which is actually really good. I don't know if I would have dug it as much. It looks like you might be able to go either way with it, of being able to take this part off and then put the head on, or pop the whole thing off. Of course, I just popped the whole thing off. Yeah, it looks like you can do both, which is actually kind of cool. So it looks like you can take this part off and then have his head on that, or just take it all off like I just did. Likeness is, I think, really solid. The eyes, I mean, the face is pretty, like, basic. Not basic, but, like, not showing a lot of emotion. But the likeness is pretty good, I think. The hair is really nice. Nice wavy, good detail on it. Overall, really, I think it's just a good figure. The figure looks really nice. You know, this isn't one necessarily that I think is worth $80, but it's a good figure. Let's go with that. The fingers are the other hands are kind of cool. There's some good ones. Of course, you get the Spidey shoot out there, which is cool. Let's see what else we got. There's 5 extra hands on top of the 2 he comes with. You can see here we got a little bit different version of the hand open up. And then the gimmicks it comes with are just the webs. The various lines of webs, and they fit around the wrist, so it's going to make it look like he's shooting out if you want. We've seen this before in the various other Spider-Man that have come out, and you know, it's a cool gimmick. It's nothing amazing, but really kind of does what it's supposed to, which is, you know, make him like Spider-Man. So overall, like, not a bad figure, not an amazing figure. I think it's a good likeness and adaptation of the figure. It really does him well. I kind of wish that there was maybe more to it, some extras, something else. Maybe like a backpack would be really good that you can like web up or something like that. But like, I think the Miles, this is very similar to that Miles Morales figure that came out that was I think it was a con exclusive, and that it's a really nice figure. There's really great detail on it. I just kind of wish there was more to it. But overall, like, if you're a fan of the character, if you're a fan of Spider-Man, fan of Marvel, stuff like that, it's a nice addition to your collection. Let's kind of go with that. So, you know, nothing amazing, just a nice, solid overall figure that captures the likeness, outfit, everything. You might be able to get this. We'll go and try to find some links for you, but it is an exclusive from Mezco, which makes it really difficult to get. You're not going to be able to find this in stores traditionally like some of their other releases, but we'll do what we can. Now, if you're into Mezco, if you're into these figures, if you're into 112 Collective, you should check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy. We try to get the notifications up as soon as new figures are released. As always, we really appreciate it. Until next time, keep playing with your toys and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.